I started actually with the wire figure, and it just was like kind of an intuitive, like, well, what would you use to hold a tree up if you were growing a tree that was a little weak? And I really actually wanted to make something that was like kind of a structure that you could go inside of, but also didn't like fully build out the space. And the pergola is just kind of like the most bare bones structure that can exist. It's basically like the framing of an actual interior structure without the walls. It's just a way to like dictate the direction that an organic growth moves in. And so textiles do a really interesting thing where we sort of put them on as a kind of skin or as like an exterior layer, and we also use them in the built environment as an exterior layer. Within an inside space, there's more inside spaces. There's the closets and the cupboards and your body, your own self, your own state of mind. The wire structure here has an interior and an exterior, and then the pergola itself has an interior and an exterior, but everything is kind of transparent and permeable. The first photographic image that I started working with was a collection just of photos from Craigslist. Nothing really special about them, just sort of like in the range of kind of like affordable rooms in Vancouver specifically. And Craigslist photography is really specific because people are trying to capture the space as efficiently as possible. And so it's really done without a thought of composition, but actually with like this really functional purpose. Another set of images from a space where I had a studio briefly in a house that was about to get just totally gutted. It had a lot of like gestural marks from the people that had lived there before. It was a very like lived in space, and so there was like paint on the windows and sort of like stuff on the floors, and I felt sad that it was going to lose all this life, and I just wanted to kind of capture it a little bit or just preserve it. They're sort of imaginary spaces. They're spaces that either don't exist anymore or places I've never been to, I've only seen images of. In terms of the skin of a building, mold is really like, it grows according to organic laws within human spaces. I think like sometimes the act of like keeping a house clean is like you're dictating what kind of growth is allowed and what kind isn't, so you're like, this houseplant is good, but this mold is bad, and like my like pet is fine, but like this mouse is bad, and so mold is really, it's like this sign of decay, but it's also a sign of life and growth in a weird way.